Good afternoon, my friends. Good afternoon, friends of Eli. Before I talk about the topic at hand, I just wanted to say something. By the grace of Allah, I wake up and I discover that I now have 57 subscribers. Mashallah, praise be to God. Uh, it's like I always say, people must be laughing their heads off at me. 57 and you're so happy about it? Of course. Not that long ago, I only had 14. And then I started posting videos and things are getting better. Things are getting better. And I have faith in Allah. I have faith in God. That Besarat Hashem, I'll wake up one day and I'll have more. And all praise and honor is due to God because I'm just an ordinary person, and so I'm very happy. Others may have their millions, others may have their hundreds of thousands. There's a saying that they have in the United States: "From the tiny acorn, the mighty oak grew." In times, Allah will make this bigger, and if He doesn't, I praise Him for having made it this big. But I wanted to talk about something. It's like there is not there isn't a mud hut that Negropeans being people who have been inoculated or injected with Europeanism, there isn't a mud hut that they see that they don't want to knock down and replace with a fancy Western style building. Let me tell you something about mud huts. First of all, mud huts are found throughout the world. And a lot of the mud huts that exist in Africa have sustained families, have raised healthy children. They're sustainable. You make a mud hut by taking mud from the very side where you build that house, making a wooden frame with twigs or things that don't really harm the environment that much. And you create this structure and it doesn't off gas. One of the problems with Western technology in house building is that they build these houses and the chemicals and the materials that they use produce gas, which eventually make people sick. The soil doesn't do that. The soil dries and dampens, and it's like I look at I look at the heroics of we're gonna knock down Mama Ann's house and put up a new one. All that house needed was to be replastered. Even Western houses need maintenance. The thing is that Africans are taught to be ashamed of who they are, ashamed of their culture. It's like, oh, you gotta try to be like the white men. Build a house like this, do that. And a lot of the time it isn't financially sustainable. Why do all of that if you can build a beautiful mud hut, plaster the walls, smooth them down, and you have a beautiful home? Okay? You do that and you save your money. You're not impressing anybody by building Western style houses. People in the West are beginning to realize that style of housing is not healthy for you. It's not healthy, it's not sustainable, and a lot of the time it's ruinously expensive. Okay, and I have to say this. You don't If you have a djembe, if you have a penga, maybe a pickaxe, maybe a saw, you can go on a piece of land and gather sticks, build yourself a mud hut, and you don't have to be begging people, no, please, you don't have to beg people for a thing. All that you have to do is, use sweat equity, use your hands, do a little bit of work. Okay, and I look at a lot of these videos, and the thing that saddens me about it is that the Mawras of the world, to a certain extent, the Davies of the world, want to be pushing this trope on you that Africans are so poor, Africans are so broke, they have to be begging. You know, if you believe in God, as I believe in God, get out there and work. You know, you Africa has been built by people that work. That but the Westerners came along and persuaded Africa that Africans are needy and Africans are charity cases and Africans have to pay. What Geenyada is doing in northeastern Kenya, I applaud. Okay, I think that she's doing something for people that are suffering under extraordinary circumstances. Of course, people like that need to be helped. But do the best you can to stand on your own. Do the best you can. People in America are no better off than you. People in America struggle. People in America are poor. And a lot of Americans, the better educated ones, the more progressive ones, are looking at the houses of old Africa, and they want to learn how to thatch roofs. They want to learn how to build out of mud. You have an awful lot that you can share. What Uncle Mo does in making mud bricks and firing them up and being able to construct a house, that's brilliant. Brilliant technology. Here in the southwest of the United States, they have a clay that's called caliche that's very, very tough. And they don't need to bake it. They form it into bricks and they let it dry in the sun. And these are old-fashioned people, and they make perfectly good bricks. I'll say this and then I'll be done. Diana Kemi has done a few videos in which she shows crafts of Africa. Be proud of those crafts. I mean, it's brilliant. We people here, we look at the earthenware pottery that are made in Africa, and we're so impressed. Show more of those. Don't be ashamed of those crafts. Those crafts are wonderful. People pay a lot of money for Maasai jewelry, Maasai crafts and everything. Africa has so much to be proud of, and hold your head up. Don't be ashamed of the mud hut. The mud hut people lived in it for centuries and were healthy, didn't get all kinds of cancers, didn't get all kinds of diseases. Eating ugali and sukuma wiki has made very healthy people a very healthy nation that isn't battling obesity, okay, and that don't end up in wheelchairs and sickly when they get old. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, please take a lot of pride in who you are, because you Africans, Kenyans, East Africans, you are a remarkable people. And don't be ashamed of building the way that you build, because at the end of the day, the rest of the world is sitting up and taking notice. And as you are abandoning your building techniques, people are trying to learn from it around the world. Please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, do so. Like and subscribe my channel. I'm incredibly happy with the 57 people that I have been blessed to have as subscribers, but I really would like to have more, and so if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I don't know that this video had a topic other than to say, don't be in a rush to westernize your country. Don't be in a rush to abandon your building techniques and your arts and crafts. While you are being taught that, that's something that people do in the bush, the rest of the world considers it beautiful and wonderful. Thank you. Have a nice day. And again, please, if you haven't done so at this point, subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.